the Preseason Spotlight. In this video, we're going to introduce the biggest changes coming for the jungle, objectives, and items in the 2015 preseason. You can think of this as a high-level overview. If you want more details, hit up the preseason microsite and the patch notes. Before we get to the crugs and gromps of what's changing, let's talk about the big focus for 2015, strategic diversity. In other words, it's giving you more paths to victory, so your in-game decisions matter just as much as the champions that you pick. Alright, jungle. Important thing here is jungle diversity. Sounds an awful lot like last year's preseason, but we're taking a different approach for 2015. We've got new item paths, Smite's got some shiny upgrades, and we're making monsters tougher to better differentiate between your Warwicks and your Rami. Also, there's a crab. First, spirit items are gone. Hunter's Machete now upgrades into 4 new items, each changing Smite in a different way. Stalker's Blade is gank focused, letting you smite enemy champions for damage and a slow. Poacher's Knife is for the counter junglers, giving you bonuses when smiting down camps on the enemy side of the jungle. Skirmisher's Saber is a dueling upgrade. Smite an opponent and gain a combat buff against them for a few seconds. Finally, Ranger's Trailblazer is your farm-focused pickup, turning your Smite into an AoE and restoring health and mana on use. You can also buy enchantments, ensuring you get the endgame stats you need. Be sure to read up on those because we are not explaining them here. We're also adding bonuses for smiting monsters. Smite the Raptors to get a True Sight buff when you're spotted by a ward. Merc Wolves recruit a ghost that provides vision. Gromp hooks you up with a poisonous Thornmail. Krugs let you stun monsters every few attacks. And smiting red or blue restores health or mana. You can probably figure out which is which. Finally, under the jungle category, we've got your new favorite camp, the Rift Scuttler. This tanky crustacean actively avoids combat, but if you bring him down, he gives vision of either the Baron or Dragon Pit and a speed shrine for all your teammates. Thanks, Crab. Next up, let's talk about objectives. They're changing, strategically. First, turrets. There are new regenerating shields on the inner turret which spread to nearby allies, providing extra safety against sieging. And yes, what you're seeing, that's a laser. This is a new change for the inhibitor turret, and it slows and causes whoever it hits to deal less damage, to help with those pesky split-pushing Jaxes. Baron's a badass now, instead of a late-game snack. Not only will you have to actually pay attention when taking down Baron, but when you finally do, Baron buff now lets you recall twice as fast while also giving your nearby minions super siege power. Dragon and turrets have always had similar rewards. Gold. To create strategic differences, Dragon now no longer gives gold, but grants a permanent stacking buff on kill. The buffs go up as your team secures more dragons, adding up to the Giga Stack bonus. Kill 5 dragons for your team, and you're gonna hit like a monster truck wearing a suit of larger, cooler monster trucks. This year, we focused on strategic items that benefit your team more than just giving you an individual pile of stats. First, there are new elixirs. Ruin gives bonus damage to towers and boosts your split pushing. Sorcery gives ability power and true damage on hit. Iron buffs your size and boosts the movement speed of any ally who follows you. And Wrath gives attack damage and some lifesteal. Each of these is tailored to your specific needs at any point in the game. Second, meet Righteous Glory. Stats aside, Righteous Glory's active gives a big movement speed bonus when running towards those super annoying disengaged teams. After a few seconds, you'll emit a massive slowing pulse that hits all nearby enemy champions. Sadly, the movement speed bonus does not scale up with how annoying the enemy team is. In short, the philosophy we're pursuing is around the ways you look to win and the paths to victory your team can take. And this is just the beginning. Preseason is a time when we can experiment heavily with League to bring it to a better place, and there are a lot of changes we haven't mentioned in the video. Be sure to check out the microsite and the patch notes for more details, but for now, this is your Preseason Spotlight signing off.